It's Street Fighter time! Hello, welcome to another figure review. Today I'm going to have a look at the SH Figuarts Street Fighter number 7 Ken Masters. Very important to note, this is Street Fighter. It just says Street Fighter and it's more based on the classic design than the Street Fighter 5 design. I mean, with the SH Figuarts line, it's kind of been up and down. It's more classic. I mean, this art design is definitely from Street Fighter 4. Then Storm Collectibles has been on the Street Fighter 5 line. So I'm already liking this Ken a lot better. I mean, new Ken's alright, but I don't like the face. But regardless of that, let's have a look at Ken. Yeah, this is definitely Street Fighter 4 Ken, made clear by the bit shorter hair and the orange-ass gloves. Now I want to have a look at the size real quick and, taking him out of the packaging, I'm just gonna address something real quick. He's 15, almost 15 and a half centimeters, a little over 6 inches tall. This is the Ryu mold from top to bottom, and I usually keep comparison for the end of the review, but I'm just gonna give you the nitty-gritty right away. I mean, obviously, Ken is a palette swap. I don't wanna rag on it already, but yeah, muscle work in the arms, you see it's exactly the same. The gloves and the gi, you have its nicely molded texturing in the upper part, but the pants are completely flat. I mean, they don't have the molded detail in there. And even the belt, it's bent the exact same way. It has a different color, and his pants and his shoulder pads are not ripped off like with Ryu, but for the rest of it, it is the same figure. Now, having a look on the detail in the face, and as I said, the molded detail in the gi, I like the face. I mean, it's very Animu style. He's a bit shifty-eyed if I'm looking at him that way. He has the big bushy eyebrows that is accurate to his Street Fighter 4 portrayal, and the chin and everything. So the hair is very nicely molded. I love the strings going down over here. That looks very good. And for the rest of the body, as I said, it's Ryu. It's still nicely molded. You have all this texturing like the fabric. It looks like cloth. And the problem with that is you only have that in the upper part of the gi. Pants has none of that. And looking at the muscle work, you still have all of this going on, all the detail going down through his arms over here, and the weird elbow pad with the fighting body, orange ass gloves, fists on it, and going down to the belt, which you can rotate around, and this part is floaty, the lower part, you can rotate that around. You have the butt, not really a butt, he doesn't have a molded butt, and down here at his feet, and that's really it. Shading, also a little bit of shading going on in the pants, nothing in the upper part, which, I mean, I had that problem with a lot of the Street Fighter figures. Some of them look a lot more bland than others, and Ken's alright. He's definitely not as bad as Cammy, but still, I mean, it's weird that you have shading in the pants and nothing going on in the upper body. For the articulation, I'm gonna start off with the head. It goes back and forth a little bit. I mean, it's just a long ball pack, so you can rotate that around as well, and it does tilt side to side also a bit. Then we have the neck articulation that has pretty free range because there's nothing blocking it. It looks kind of weird looking at it that way, but it functions very well. For your shoulder articulation, there's a ball hinge in there on a long pack that goes into another ball, and you have a bit of a bicep swivel, I think, going in there. Soft plastic gi. And it does for some pretty good motion. It goes forward nicely, goes to the back, and with the hinge it goes up 45 degrees, and you can still rotate it around as much as you like. Then we have the weird shoulder pad. I don't like this one. You can rotate it around, that's fine. Kind of makes up for bicep swivel because you don't have bicep swivel. But this thing rotating with it, I mean, I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird standing out, and it's one thing of the fighting body I do not like. And we have the big ball joint in the fist. That's pretty cool. Rotate that around. Now for your torso articulation, you can wiggle him around at the upper part over here. Doesn't really get that much. It's much better down at the torso where the crotch piece connects to it. So you can bring that back and forth, can wiggle it around and spin them all the way around for some Tatsumakis, I guess. Then we got the legs. We got my favorite leg joints in the SH Figuarts line. Got these big pieces over here. The articulation is nice. Goes up almost 45 degrees. Goes to the front and it goes to the back. There's no butt piece blocking it. That's obviously often a problem, and that's why I really like this. And it doesn't leave any gaps. You might think this looks funky, but trust me, I think it's a lot better than a lot of the other stuff, and you can also rotate it around over here. Overall, just always have these leg joints. I love these. Then we got the knee, big ball joint in the knee. That's also fine. Goes up and down, and then we have the foot on a hinge, so you can bring that back and forth. It does rotate side to side, and you have a toe hinge that goes up and down. Doesn't have the biggest batch of accessories either. We got two more faces, one with the open mouth. That is very nicely done actually, with the teeth. Nice attention to detail. And a smirk where, I don't know, is just me or is this eye just kind of positioned weirdly? It looks like his face is melting a little bit. We got two open hands, well, more like posing, relaxed stance hands going into battle. And then we got the come on finger, or I don't know, pointing down. Regardless of what you want, I mean, it's more like a taunting thing. And then we got the Shoryuken, or Shinryuken, or Shoryu Pepper, or I don't know. Move has so many names, but basically every time you use a heavy, you get a flame anyway. So regardless of that, we got the flame effect. You can put that on his fist. I don't know, it looks kind of weird. It doesn't look like flames to me. I might be nitpicking. I don't want to nitpick, but it looks more like water. The way it's flowing a little bit too much, and it's just bright orange. There's no color differences really down. I mean, it's a little bit more orange down here, but it's an okay piece, but I don't know. And to confirm that this is actually a Street Fighter 4 design, his last accessory is the Dyna Stage from Street Fighter 4. Yeah, it looks okay. It's just like the fidelity of it is not very high. It's kind of blurry, and it's completely bent in the box. So yeah, I don't know. These accessories are okay. I just wish they were executed a little bit better. And it's going to bring me to the final thought of this figure. What do I think about this Ken figure? Well, underwhelming. Just like the entire Street Fighter line from SH Figuarts. Let me level with you guys. Those figures are still good, but on the flip side, I'm looking at Storm Collectibles. Yes, they are at a different size. Yes, it's a different line. It's Street Fighter 5 so far. And they don't have the anime look that the SH Figuarts have. The problem with it really is I'm looking too much into the stuff that it doesn't have. Like shading, like variety, like a different mode. And yeah, like I'm saying, Ken is the palette swap of Ryu. So looking at it that way, it's a good figure. The only thing I really can complain about is that there's no shading in the upper part of his body. As I'm losing my voice, apologies for that, but still, the face is nicely done. It has the anime eyes. The hair is very nicely done. The muscle work is also good. And the articulation, I mean, the fighting body is pretty darn good. You're gonna get some very cool, dynamic fighting poses. Accessory-wise, it's okay, but the figure looks good. And at the end of the day, I still recommend it. But, god damn it, I'm still standing my ground and I'm saying, these figures could be so much better. That's just the thing. Those figures are still good, and I can recommend them, but they should be better. You can do better Figuarts, and that's just it. That's why you think I might be overly negative in this review. It's not a bad figure, but just I feel that there's so much more potential behind this. And that's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, gameplay stuff, and whatever Ken Masters wants.